In the vast, unforgiving theater of the Pacific War, one American submarine carved a legend so audacious, it left the Japanese Imperial Navy in disbelief. This is the story of the USS Tang, the destroyer killer, and its fifth and final war patrol, a breathtaking saga of sinking 5 enemy ships in just 4 frantic days. Imagine the tension, the suffocating pressure deep beneath the waves. It's October 1944. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history, is raging. The entire U.S. Third Fleet is on high alert and deep within enemy territory in the treacherous Formosa Strait. The USS Tang, under the command of the brilliant and daring Richard O'Kane, is hunting. The Formosa Strait was a superhighway for Japanese convoys, a critical artery supplying their war machine. But it was also a death trap, heavily patrolled and notoriously shallow, making it a nightmare for submarines. For O'Kane and his crew of 87, this was the ultimate challenge. They weren't just there to survive, they were there to dominate. On the night of October 23rd, the hunt began. Tang's sonar pinged. Targets. A large convoy shielded by destroyers. Most subs would target the fat, slow transports first. Not O'Kane. He had a reputation to uphold. He maneuvered the Tang with surgical precision, weaving through the convoy's protective screen, and fired a spread of torpedoes. His targets? The escorts. 2 torpedoes slammed into their targets, and the crew of the Tang felt the satisfying concussion of their success. The first blows were struck, but this was just the beginning. The very next day, October 24th, lookouts on the Tang's bridge spotted smoke on the horizon. Another massive convoy. This was an unprecedented opportunity. O'Kane decided on a move so bold it bordered on insane, a surface attack. In broad daylight. Charging in at full speed, the Tang was like a wolf among sheep. It fired its bow tubes, sinking a large transport. Then, in a masterstroke of seamanship, O'Kane swung the sub around and fired his stern tubes, sending another freighter to the bottom. The convoy descended into chaos. A Japanese destroyer, furious and seeking revenge, charged directly at the Tang. O'Kane held his nerve, waited for the perfect moment, and fired. A direct hit. The destroyer was crippled, left listing and burning. In a single audacious surface run, the Tang had sunk 3 ships and vanished before the enemy could even mount an effective response. 5 ships down in less than 48 hours. The news, when it would eventually be pieced together, would shock the Japanese Navy. How could one submarine cause so much devastation, so quickly, in their own heavily guarded waters? They couldn't believe a single American sub was responsible for this level of carnage. They assumed it had to be a whole wolf pack, or perhaps even carrier aircraft. The legend of the destroyer killer was being written in fire and steel, but the story of the USS Tang is also one of profound tragedy. The crew, exhilarated by their success, prepared for their final attack that night. They targeted a damaged transport, firing their last 2 torpedoes. The first one hit its mark. The second, the very last torpedo, malfunctioned. It broached the surface and began a terrifying circular run, heading directly back towards the Tang. "Emergency speed, right full rudder!" O'Kane yelled, but it was too late. The submarine couldn't escape its own weapon. The torpedo struck the aft section of the Tang, and the boat was torn apart. Only 9 men, including Commander O'Kane, who were thrown from the bridge, survived the initial blast. They spent a harrowing night in the water, only to be picked up the next morning by a Japanese patrol boat, survivors of the very convoy they had just decimated. The survivors endured brutal conditions as prisoners of war, but they lived to tell the tale. Richard O'Kane would later receive the Medal of Honor for his incredible bravery and leadership during this final patrol. The USS Tang was awarded 2 Presidential Unit citations for its service. In just 5 war patrols, the USS Tang officially sank 24 enemy ships, a record for an American submarine that was only surpassed after the war when new data became available. Its final 4-day rampage remains one of the most intense and successful submarine actions in naval history. It's a testament to the courage, skill, and unwavering determination of the crew, a story of incredible triumph and ultimate sacrifice, forever etched in the annals of underwater warfare. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this piece of naval history as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of incredible feats and forgotten heroes. We'll see you in the next one.